The night the ring turned into a battlefield. The crowd was electric. The lights dimmed. The air was thick with tension. Three dominant forces, Gunther, Finn Bálor, and Damian Priest, were about to collide in a war that would shake Saturday Night One's main event to its core. Each man carried not just championship ambitions, but something deeper: pride, vengeance, and the hunger to prove who truly ruled WWE's elite tier. Gunther, the ring general, entered with that cold, intimidating precision. No wasted motion, no emotion. His eyes screamed one thing: discipline. Across the ring stood Finn Bálor, the prince, calm yet dangerous, smirking with that quiet confidence only he can pull off. And then came Damian Priest, the dark powerhouse of Judgment Day, oozing arrogance, power, and a little chaos. This wasn't just a triple threat. It was a statement match. Three different philosophies of dominance, one single prize. Section 1. The ring. General takes control. The bell rang, and instantly, Gunther showed why he's called the ring general. He took both opponents down with thunderous chops that echoed through the arena like gunfire. The crowd winced with every slap of his hand on Bálor's chest. Priest tried to charge in, but Gunther threw him into the corner and followed up with a brutal running boot that nearly took Priest's head off. For the first few minutes, it was all Gunther. He was calculating, methodical, almost surgical in how he dismantled both opponents. Every chop, every suplex, every stomp had a purpose. But the thing about triple threats? No one stays down for long. As Gunther set up for his signature powerbomb, Finn Bálor sprang into action, hitting a sharp enziguri and sending the big man stumbling. Priest, seeing the opening, landed a spinning kick that dropped Gunther to one knee. Suddenly, the tide turned. Bálor and Priest, former allies under the Judgment Day banner, exchanged a tense look. For a brief second, they worked together, trying to keep the general down. But that alliance was never going to last. Section 2. Old alliances, new rivalries. Priest grabbed Bálor by the hair, sneering, "You think you're still the leader?" That was all it took. The brief teamwork shattered. Bálor exploded with a flurry of strikes, using his speed and agility to overwhelm the much larger Priest. Sling blade, drop kick into the corner. The crowd roared as Bálor climbed to the top rope for the coup de grace, but as he leapt, Gunther caught him mid-air, turning it into a devastating power bomb. The crowd gasped in disbelief. Gunther hooked the leg. 1, 2. Priest broke it up with a huge kick to the side of Gunther's head. All three men lay sprawled on the mat, breathing heavy, the crowd chanting, "This is awesome." Priest was the first to rise. He stalked Gunther, looking for the reckoning. But Gunther countered again, tossing Priest into the ropes and delivering a massive lariat that flipped him inside out. Yet again, Gunther looked unstoppable, until Bálor caught him with a surprise roll-up. 1, 2, kick out. The match had turned into chaos. A perfect storm of speed, strength, and strategy. Section 3. The Judgment returns. The Judgment Day theme briefly hit, and for a moment the audience thought Dominic Mysterio or Rhea Ripley might appear. But it was a trick. No one came. That second of distraction, though, gave Priest the upper hand. He hit Bálor with South of Heaven. The crowd gasped again. Priest covered. 1, 2. Gunther pulled him off by the hair. The camera zoomed in. Priest and Gunther face to face, both breathing fire. The two powerhouses began trading blows like heavyweights, neither giving an inch. The arena filled with the sound of forearms cracking against flesh. Gunther delivered a chop so loud it could be heard outside the arena. Priest fired back with a spinning heel kick followed by another broken arrow. He tried to capitalize, but Bálor was back. Double foot stomp to Priest's back. Every time one man rose, the other two dragged him back down. It wasn't just a match. It was a war for survival. Section 4. The Final Showdown. With all three men battered and bruised, the final stretch began. Bálor climbed to the top again, his eyes locked on Priest, but Gunther shoved him off the ropes, sending him crashing to the floor. The general turned and hit a powerbomb on Priest. 1, 2. Priest somehow kicked out. The disbelief on Gunther's face said it all. He rarely needed a second powerbomb. He stalked Priest again, roaring to the crowd, but just as he went for another, Bálor flew from the top rope. Missile dropkick. Priest staggered into Gunther, sending him through the ropes. Bálor saw his moment. He climbed again, crowd on their feet, chanting, "Finn! Finn! Finn!" He hit coup de grace on Priest. 1, 2. Gunther dragged him out of the ring. The boos rained down, but Gunther didn't care. He slammed Bálor into the barricade, then rolled back in, lifted a barely conscious Priest, and delivered one final spine-crushing power bomb. 1, 2, 3. The bell rang. Section 5. The ring. General reigns supreme. The arena erupted, some in awe, others in anger. Gunther stood tall, sweat dripping, expression cold and focused. He didn't celebrate. He didn't gloat. He simply stared down at his fallen opponents. Proof once again that discipline conquers chaos. Bálor sat on the outside, clutching his ribs, glaring at Priest. Priest lay in the center, broken but defiant. And Gunther, standing tall in the spotlight, lifted his title high above his head, the symbol of complete dominance. As the show faded out, commentary summed it up perfectly. When you step into the ring with the ring general, you don't just wrestle, you survive. Saturday night's main event ended not with a celebration but with a warning. Gunther was still the standard, still the general, and whoever dared to challenge him next had better be ready for war.